Hey YouTube, making another video. Today I finally got my radio in the mail, and I'm going to be making another video how to install that and do an antenna delete on my WRX. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this, just to let you guys know what is inside and what you get with this. And I found this on Black Friday for like $100. Well, not 100, but 100 something. So I wanted to replace the double DIN that I have in my WRX, because it's crap. Love the WRX, but it is crap. Delicious. Looks like that is all that comes in it. Got the actual head unit. Big, beautiful screen. I like this one because it came with the, let's focus, the SD card, so I can just download my stuff onto there. Pops right in there. You can access it. I'll probably make another video on that. USB up front. Auxiliary right there. Alright, good look at that. The faceplate does not come off on this one. Alright, on the back of this, you've got these 3 loose wires. These are going to be for your steering wheel controls if you have them. This is going to be for your Bluetooth microphone, which came with it. I'm not going to use it. I don't need a microphone because I use my phone. Actual cell phone. It's your 2 RCAs. It's got a USB in the back, which is nice for clean installs. I mean, you can hook up an external hard drive on here with all of your music, videos, and whatnot, and just tuck it away behind here so you can't see it when you actually have it plugged in. Because there is another one, another USB up front that you can use too, but that'd be more for like charging. And there's everything you need to know in the back. You've got video outs and ins. You've got a place for a backup camera and subwoofer. Everything you need here. And your wiring harness is going to plug up into here. Nice remote here. A little big. It comes with a stylus too, so you don't have to put fingerprints on there. Little face plates you can pop on there once it's in to make it a little more sleek. The keys, wire harness. You also have your manual over there. And mounting brackets and screws, whatever you may need. First things first, what you're going to want to do is take this plastic bezel off. There are clips in the top left corner, the top right corner, and right down here in these bottom corners. So when you pry this off, try to start around there so you don't snap the weaker places up here. The best way that I can figure out how to get to it is a flathead screwdriver right around the corners up here. If you have some kind of plastic tool, definitely plastic, because if you use anything harder, it'll scratch up your plastic up here. But anything you can pry under here, pry it out, and it'll get that first one. Once you get that first one, you're golden. Alright, so I just popped this corner out. Slowly go down, make your way to the next one down here. That one's out. I like to pop this thing out to get under here easy. I can show you how to take that out once I get this next one out. Just be very careful and try to pull as close as you can to the corners. That one's not wanting to come out. I'll try back down here. There's that bottom one. And there's the top one. As you can see on here, those are the 4 clip places. Alright, now you got this. You're going to have a screw here, 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 here. I already took those other ones out. You're going to have one back there, and right back there. Those are going to be the 6 that you're going to want to take out, and then you can remove the whole thing. Alright, just got those out. Now the entire thing will slide out towards you with one hand. There it goes. This thing's huge. Slowly bring it down. Alright, now that we have our radio out, we'll take our ground out. And how to get this out. Here we go. There's a tab up here on the top. You push down on the tab and pull up. There it is. That just connects onto the wire. And the wire harness is just one tab in the front. Pull that down. And there we go. Now you've got your whole thing out. Now time to put in a new one. And remember, what you want to do is keep this plate so your new double din can fit in the existing mounted area. So you're going to take these screws out on both sides, and this plate that has these attached to it. Alright, and once you get them out, I said they'd slide out. I lied. They just come straight out. The bolts are the only thing keeping them in place. So you're going to have these with the lip on the front. This is the right hand, so it went on the right hand side. The lip went up on the top and the screws went in. So it went in like this. And pop in like that, and you put the screws in, the whole thing would hold together. So, I'm going to put those off to the side. And with this new radio that I have, right here, it already has this on it. So there's absolutely no way I'd be able to put it in like that. So what you need to do is get the keys that came with it. There's little keys to get this metal plate off. Now this is not the process for every car. That's why it comes with these, just in case you need to do it. It's going to slide through here. There it goes. And it's going to come up right here and click into place. Like this. There it goes. And now it's up in there. The exact same thing on the other side. Let's see if you can see it right there. It's going to come up. Oop, too far. There it is. There it goes, right in the middle. It's just going to get up in there to release it. So all you have to do now is just slide it out. And try to not scratch your stuff, because it's new and you paid a lot of money for it. Alright. So, you can keep that, put it on your fridge, save it for later. So, all of these universally pre-drilled holes for all of your desired installations. So, right hand side. This is the right hand side of it. This is exactly how it's going to go on, just like that. And if you look here, here you go. You've got 4 areas. Looks like those are the only 4 areas. Those are the 4 areas which is going to be screwed into with your existing screws. And it works on both sides, so this fits perfectly into the WRX. Alright, here's the wiring harness that it comes with. I've separated out the two that I won't be needing. But I'll go through. The two that I'm not going to be using is the rear view camera. I don't have one. I don't really want one. And the auto antenna. Since I don't have an automatic antenna, I don't need it to raise. So what's left on here is the different speakers that you're going to be having here. You've got the rear right speaker that we'll be hooking up. Next one over is the 12 volt ACC, which is your accessory. That's when you turn your key and your radio turns on without actually turning on your car. The next one we have is ground. Obviously you have to have ground. The permanent 12 volts, which you have to have to keep it on. And the next one we have here is front left speaker, rear left speaker, front right speaker, and the braking wire. The braking wire, what it's supposed to do is have a ground on your e-brake, so when you put the car in park and you have the e-brake on, you'll be able to watch videos and have your stuff watchable or whatnot. But if you have passengers that like to watch things, or you don't care, that doesn't have to be attached to your e-brake. You can just ground it. And what I did, even though everything in the freaking car is plastic, the bolt here, what I did was I unscrewed that and put a washer behind it. And when I install that, I'm going to take that wire out and put it in between the washer and that bolt, which will ground it. Because anything else on here is going to be touching plastic, and I don't want it touching plastic. I just want it metal on metal. Alright, now I'm going to be actually hooking this up without the adapter, because I know there's a ton of videos online about adapters and stuff that you can just plug and play, but I don't think there's any ones on how to just plug them onto the one you already have. So I'm going to do my video on how to connect the ones that you already have connected to your new wiring harness. Now, there is a wiring diagram that I will be using. I'll post that into the description so you guys can use it too. Okay, I just thought I'd put this in here. If you did look at the link that I posted for the wiring diagram, some of them obviously don't match up with the aftermarket, like the dimmer and illumination. That is going to be your violet right here. I think that's slot 1. And the orange and white right next to it. Let me try to focus in on this. There you go. These two. The violet and the orange and white stripe one. That's going to be your dimmer and brightness and stuff that you could usually use on the factory one that came in when you play with your dimmer switch over here. It'll mess with these and these. But as you can see, they're plugged in here, they route back here, and they route back up. If I can focus. And they route back up into this one, which goes through here, but we're not plugging that in, so we don't have to worry about those being plugged into this harness. Alright, so when you're taking the wires out, you can either, for the ones that you aren't using, you can cut them if you want to, for when you actually take them out and plug them into the new harness, as you'll see throughout the video. An easier way to do it from this stock harness that you have here, I'll show you the other side that I haven't popped open. But on both sides, this one I have popped open, this one I don't. It's really short. take a look on here, it has a little protective cover that goes over it so you can't pull the wires out. All it is two little pins in the side of these. So you pull these out, pull this towards yourself, and turn around, pull this one towards yourself, and all it is really close up here. There it is. All it is that little nub that clicks into that hole up there. So you just press those out, pop them forward, so you can actually get the wires out. Now they're not just going to come out on their own, that's a secondary. Say I want to take out this violet one, which is for dimming and stuff, which isn't used for the new system I'm putting in. There is no dimmer. The violet one is in number 1, so it's up here on the top, this top one. And what I'm going to do is you can either get what I'm using as a needle. You can either get a needle, you can get a very small flathead screwdriver. It's kind of hard to see in here, it's so small. But there's a little white square in there, as you can see, right in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the needle right in the middle. I'm going to press down on that, or press directly in. And once I'm in, I'm going to press up. So it's going to go in, it's going to hit the tab, and I'm going to press up on it. Once I do that, it'll pop the back out. Alright, got this jammed in my steering wheel. So as you can see in here, is that center? Okay. Let me try to focus on this location. There we are. Now, you can see it. I'm going to go on the top portion of it in the middle. You're going to put it in, like if you go all the way on the top and you come down, you're going to be resting on the middle of it. That's where that little square is. This is the clip. You're going to press against that, and you're going to press up, and there it goes. It just clicked out. You can do that on any one of these. Just go to the top, go all the way down, press on the block, and pop it up. And they'll pop right out. Just get a better view of it. This is what it looks like when you pull it out. And if you popped one out and you don't want to use it, you can pop it back in. It'll clip back in place, and you just do the same thing. Alright, well, I'm starting, since I already removed the ones that I wasn't going to be using, the dimmers and the whatnot, I'm starting with the right front, which is the next one over, and this one is like 2, and one right below it's 8, which is positive, negative, right front. So you can take these out, you can cut them, you can get the wires and spin them together on the new harness onto this one, but I think it might be easier to just put the new end of the wire through this hole, which usually it goes into the connector with. And what I mean by that, I'm going to try to keep this focused. Okay. This is the end of the right front positive, and this is also the right front positive that went into this harness. So if I put this end in here and crimp it down and just put some electrical tape over it so nothing gets shorted or whatever, that should work just as fine. But whatever you want to do, it's your car. You can cut it, peel back the plastic and solder them together, whatever works for you, just as long as you take these out one by one so you don't get these mixed up. Okay, I just wanted to mention this just in case someone forgot or doesn't do this. These guys that you took out, or anything that you took out, either cut them, or if you leave them like this, put some electrical tape over it so they're not touched, so they never touch any kind of metal in here, and screw up your system. All I did here is I got some pliers and I just smashed it down on what it was, and this wire ain't going nowhere. It is not coming out of here. It is smashed down. So all I'm going to do now is just get electrical tape, go around and go through each one of these. Alright, now I've got everything all wired up. The only thing I have left is the braking wire. There you go. That's the one I was talking about that has to be hooked up to your e-brake just for video to show on it. So you just ground it all the time if you want it all the time. Plus it's a lot easier. It's not a very long wire for you to route all the way through here. Plus then you have to take all that paneling off. So like I said, I'm going to put it on that washer in between the washer and that bolt. Alright, now if you don't put the parking wire brake thing on right, you're going to get this warning when you try to view videos or auxiliary or whatever it may be. So, that's just to tell you what it is, what it looks like, and you can do, all you have to do is ground this wire. I haven't gotten there yet, but I mean you can do anything from, hell, sticking it to the back of here. Oh, I accidentally turned it off. There it goes. Yep, still putting a little grill back there, hasn't popped out yet. And there it is. And it's all working. Now, where is that? When I take it off. Warning, oh no, it's not grounded. There it is. And just to let you guys know, because I did do the brake wire, the one that's supposed to go to the e-brake, I hooked it up way back there. It was kind of short, so I mean you can still get to the harness pretty easily, but that's about as far as you can get back. Whatever way works best for you, hey, put it in the comments below, help other people out. But that's how I did mine. So now we're going to see if that will stay. Now we're going to see if it works. So get my key, turn it, and there it goes. And don't be alarmed if it doesn't work for the first time and you turn it on to accessory. Just press the power button. So, looks like everything's working. Obviously that's static because I haven't put in my antenna yet, which I will. And alright, there it is, completely done. All you have to do is put your screws back in, just do everything in reverse order, and put the bezel back on. Now, the one problem that I did have was a tiny bit of a gap, but I got it as close as I can. The brackets that came on the old radio mount that went on the side, I got them up just in the right location to where this would come up just perfect. But the gaps in there are created by this bezel that you have. It has a lip on the other side. So even though this came with the radio, so you don't have that problem, you still have that problem with this bezel, this plastic bezel. What you could do is get, you could sand down the lip that goes around it, so it's a more flush look. Whatever you want to do to make it look better. Alright, here's everything once you turn it on. Alright, right now I have it in streaming, so you can hit back. Alright, I have everything set up. So you got your different options here down at the bottom. But I'll start with the outside. You've got your eject button, the blue light, power on. You have a mute button up here at the top. You have mode where you can cycle through the different modes without actually touching each one of them. There's auxiliary, hands-free, streaming or Bluetooth, and back to radio. You can click on that middle button and it'll bring you back to your home screen. SD card, I have not yet put mine in, but you've got room for that. The USB, same thing. Auxiliary port, and you've got all your little information down here for what you need. So we'll start with radio. You have all your presets up here at the top. Mute, which I'm going to keep it muted since I don't have any good radio stations here. This changes loud on and off. I guess mute's not going to work here. This is just search. And it'll start going through each one of them and searching for what you want.
Learn more at discover.com. Overnight shipping applies to U.S. destinations, excluding PO boxes.
Next one over. You go through FM 1, 2, 3, AM 1, and AM 2. Those are all your presets. Next one over. This turns local on and off. Then TA on and off, AF on and off, and you can hit PTY. You can search for news, information, sports, etc., etc. ST. You can manually go through by tapping this. You can hold it down and it'll speed through it until you want it to actually stop. It's a good way to go through it. Pretty much each screen has the phone. If you have your Bluetooth all synced up and whatnot, you can just click for whatever you want. My Bluetooth currently isn't in right now, but already on your dialer, you've got dialed calls, received calls, missed calls, just like you would on your phone. You go straight to your streaming from there. And this is the for Bluetooth, but like I said, mine's not on. Hit the back button up here in the corner. Disc, I don't have any discs in here, but that's all you have to do. It'll start your disc. Hands-free, just what I showed you. It's all of your Bluetooth once you get it connected up. Goes. Streaming, this is all your music on your Bluetooth. Loud on and off, mute button, and you have your settings over here in the corner. Where you can change the volume, the bass, the treble, the balance, everywhere where it's going at. In different modes here, what you want it to sound like, presets like pop, rock, and classic. This is everything for your videos. This is just your language settings, your calendar, and information. Now you swipe across here, and you've got SD card. I don't have one in right now. USB, auxiliary, calendar. Can't do anything on the calendar. You can switch months. That's about it. And the last page, you've got a calculator. Pretty simple stuff. Steering wheel control. I do not have steering wheel control. And your basic settings, which I went through. Wallpapers, key beeps. Wallpapers for some reason really suck on this one, not gonna lie. You've got that one, and the other ones are basically the same, just bubbles of weird colors. Not a whole lot of customization. I mean, it'd be better if there was a lot more.